Hey, good morning. I'm Raleigh Brown. This is Curve Flattening Concert number 748. I'm back off of the road, a little disheveled, not quite operating at full speed yet, but we'll try to cure that with a little bit of this concoction here. And I see people already checking in. Looks like we'll have a nice crowd today. I cloink you in the name of, actually in the name and in honor of my good friend Guy Davis, aka the Kokomo Kid, who I roomed with this year. Guy and I shared a room at Sam W. And, separate beds, don't get me wrong, but he's a very attractive man. So we had some fun in our quiet way, and the whole camp was adorable, and I'll tell you more. I have photos. I'll show you photos. So let me say a quick hello here now that we have clonked. And the principal photo I need to share. This is the caption for this photo, just taken several minutes ago. It's either, "How could you leave me like that?" or "I'm so glad you're back," or "Don't go away again." I'm not sure which of those things it is, but, Charlie, a picture replaces 1,000 barks, and Charlie has not barked much this morning, which is always a good thing. So Slim Edelman is here, fresh back from Cass, I reckon, and Cliff Brown up in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and Marlene Burke, my good friend from the suburbs of Philadelphia, Audrey Bernheimer likewise, Rhonda Scott Merrick out there near Chicago, Warren Bendler and Janelle in South Euclid, Ohio, Bob McKenna from New York City, Kathy Marzik in upstate New York, Michael Tierson from South Jersey, Haddon Township, am I right? Ken Nashif from the Great Northwest, Steve Davidson from the suburbs of Philadelphia, and Carol Pred from Mentor, Ohio, Charlie Bryant from the People's Republic of Montgomery County, Maryland, Donna Bergman, who I believe is in Florida, and Amy Roach, who I think maybe also is in Florida, and Tom Dietz is somewhere, either in Vermont or in Tucson or something. And then we're Lori Payne. We're going right through it this time. And David Arthur Radcliffe in the UK, Deb Leby Clark in Ambler, PA, Howard Hobbs in Minnesota, Minneapolis, I think, and Bernd Bookman in Germany, Chris Bamer, who I saw at camp. And Chris, if you can, post in the chat the link to your Declaration of Independence. Chris sings the Declaration of Independence, or not the Declaration of Independence, the Gettysburg Address. And she sings it from start to finish, and it makes you listen to the words and what Abraham Lincoln actually meant when he wrote it, okay? Linda Worster is here, and Mike Verbeek, and Carol Pratt, and Aretta, and Ron, and we're repeating ourselves. David Klein is greetings from the high peaks of the Adirondacks. And so I should get to work here. We will put Charlie away for the moment. Bye, Charlie. Charlie's actually right over here near me. So first up today is Charlie James, speaking of Charlies, which is a Mance Lipscomb song, which Steve Mann had a very iconic arrangement. And you can tell that I'm still not recovered from my journey. And I've played this for a long time. I'm going to just, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to there's another Charlie pick, and I'm going to put it up here for a second. Right there. And I'm going to go turn off my noisy kettle. And that's Charlie welcoming me back. He has been pretty chill. He's been a very good boy so far, and he should be glad to know that I'm not going anywhere for the rest of the year, probably. I mean, nowhere that I can't get back by that night. Although I may take some trips. One of the things I'm trying to do is kind of line things up so that I can board him once in a while for 4 days and take a run up and see my friends in New England, or go up to Canada and see my family, maybe not come back, and other little short trips where I could see friends who I don't get to see too often. Pardon me. So, and I see Dave Mason is here, and Chris Bamer has put up the link. It's in there in the chat. I strongly encourage you to go listen to it after we're done here. And Mike Schnabel is here from the semi-scenic Lehigh Valley, and Aisling Bain, and like that. So this song, Charlie James, I learned it a long time ago, and I kind of eyeballed it. I listened to Steve's version, and I did a version I liked. But I taught, one of the classes I taught at Sam W. this year was a class on Steve Mann's guitar style. And we went through a bunch of tunes. And I started with this one, and I went back and reviewed it and found a really neat thing about it, which I'll tell you about after I play it for you. So, Mance Lipscomb song, arranged by Steve Mann somewhat. If you see Charlie James walking down the road, well, please don't tell him which way I've gone. Had a whole lot of trouble since I saw you last. I don't know my future, I sure won't tell my past. Look down that road for as far as I could see. Well, I thought I saw my old time used to be. Had a whole lot of money one bright sunny day. Next day I did not have a dime. If you see Charlie James walking down the road, well, please don't tell him which way I've gone. Had a whole lot of trouble since I saw you last. I don't know my future, I sure don't tell my past. I don't know my future, I sure don't tell my past. So Charlie James, I saw something here. Oh, he said, but Ken Nashif says Woody Mann showed him that at a class. No relation, but I'm sure Woody, like all of us, idolized Steve's playing. So here's the thing about this tune is cool. I always thought of it as a regular kind of straightforward blues, E, A, a D in there somewhere, And what I heard when I went back and worked on it is that he's got a suspended fourth sound in it, which is, like if you have an E chord and you add the fourth, which is A, it's usually considered a kind of a jazz sound, But the way Steve employed it, he goes, and then instead of going to like I was going to like something like that, do, do, do. But Steve really emphasizes this 4 by going to the D chord, which has that 4. So he goes, hear that? And then he goes, instead of going, which would be the more chordal way of doing it, he goes, and it gives the whole thing this kind of subtle suspended fourth sound. Very cool. I loved Steve's playing, and it just reawakened my love teaching it this week, and taking my computer with me to class and playing some Steve tunes for them, him actually playing them instead of me showing them how to play them, or as well as me showing them how to play them, to the extent I can steal stuff from somebody as complex as Steve was. And it just it blew their minds, jaws dropped. And also, it just blew my mind to reappreciate just how far above me and my generation in general of guitar players he was. He was just really something else. I almost wish Charlotte Cantrell was here because she loves Steve. And maybe she'll watch the replay. Anyhow, we will move on. I'm trying to see if I'm missing anybody. Tim G is here from Detroit. Ken Ulansey is here, and Ken is my good friend who's played sax with me off and on for decades and decades. And Ken's son, Ben Ulansey, get it? Ken and Ben, and was Charlie's dog sitter for the last week, and he did a great job, as well as anybody can do. A, with Charlie, and B, when you're like having somebody stay in your house, it's always a little bit weird. You come back and say, where'd they put this? Stuff like that. But basically, Ben was really cool, very chill. When Charlie got into the wasp's nest the first day I was gone, Ben didn't freak out, just got in touch, said, I think everything's okay, but I wanted to tell you. Anyhow, hi, Kenny, and your progeny is doing pretty well. So, and Ken did not give birth to Ben alone. This is some people have a misconception about that, but it was actually his lovely wife, Cynthia Heller, also had something to do with it. Okay, so this one's for Carol Pred. Written by George Gershwin. just got lost. Oh, yeah. I haven't had enough sleep yet. Did I mention that? Sorry, George. Someone to Watch Over Me by George. I think George and his lovely wife Ira. That's an old mistake someone once made on the radio. George's brother was Ira Gershwin. So, and I see Sharon Saki Lips is here under her pseudonym, Sharon Lee, because Saki Lips was just too profane for Facebook, which allows so much profanity in other ways. And S.A. Tudhope is here, and Keitha and David are here, or Keitha and or David. And it's good to see you guys. You're up there in Connecticut. I passed through Connecticut this week, but because of you-know-who, I didn't have really time to stop. And Rita Rubin Long, another one I would love to go visit, and maybe I will get to do that sometime. And Tom Maynard, who I saw at Sam W., he played a bunch of great music. He played a beautiful, what was that, Tom? It was a recorder or a flute of some kind. He played backing somebody up. That was really lovely. And that's not, I don't think, his first instrument. And let me see who else. Alex Bevan, my good buddy from Ohio. Your name came up a little bit out there when I was talking to Guy Davis. And who else? John Johnston, JJ from Kent, Ohio. And I sang in the mornings at Sam W. I get up really early, and because you-know-who has trained me to get up really early. So Tom Maynard said it was a Native American flute. That was lovely, Tom. So I'm up really early, and then by 7 o'clock, I'm like raring to go. And I go out on the porch of the inn with my guitar, and just play a little concert. I probably keep them from jamming, which I'm sorry for, but they seem to like it. So in those morning concerts, like when we do teacher concerts, there's only 3 nights to do them on, and there's like 12 of us, so they're short sets. And there's a dance after it too, so short sets. And so I don't get to do everything I want to do. So that's what I do on the porch, all 5 mornings, 6 mornings even. And had a lovely time, but I played my song about Kent State there. And a lovely woman named Phyllis Spatrick asked for a copy of it to give to her local radio station, so I sent her at least the link to the video. And Maureen Brill says, "Hi, Raleigh, you're a great guitarist. At last, somebody appreciates me for my things." I very much appreciate when people say stuff like that. And let me see what else. I don't quite hear what you're saying. Oh, you were talking to Alex Warren. So anyhow, I should go on here because the day will be over and I'll be like falling asleep again. So the next one up, I can't remember who asked for it. Might have been Michael Miller. Might have been somebody else. Always a favorite of mine by Jackson Browne. Well, I've been out walking, and I don't do that much talking these days. These days I seem to think a lot about all the things things I forgot to do for you. And all of the time I had the chance to, well, I had a lover. I don't believe I'll risk another these days. These days. And if I seem to be afraid to live the life that I have made in song, well, it's just 'cause I've been losing for so long. Well, I stopped my dreaming, and I don't do that much scheming these days. These days. These days I seem to think about how all the changes came about my way. And I wonder if I'll see another highway. And I stopped my gambling. I don't do that much rambling these days. These days. These days I sit on cornerstones, count the time in quarter tones till 10, my friend. Don't confront me with my failures. I've not forgotten them. These Days by Jackson Browne. And let me say a couple more hellos. There's people coming in. Bill Rubenstein is here, and we stayed at Bill's house. I should have put up that picture. It's on my page. There's a picture of Bill and Judy and me looking as fetching as always. And I stayed with them on the way up to New Hampshire. I always do. They're such dear and old friends. And Jim Greco is here, late like usual. Hi, Jim. And Dave Mason from Scotland. And let's see who else is here among the people. Jim Moran, who I've not said hello to yet. Nancy Daynard. And I think I said hi to most of the rest of you. If I miss anybody, well, there are people who are invisibles. And in other words, they show up on Facebook, but I'm looking at a different feed from my streaming software. And sometimes Facebook is stingy about sending names over here. So those people may be George Young of Winter Garden, Florida, and Judith Fox of Reston, Virginia, and Mario Prue of Iroquois Falls, Ontario, Canada, and Joel Biget of France. And there may be others. I do not know. I think I'll have some more coffee. Maybe get more of my little brain cells functioning. So, My announcements for today, I already gave you that one. There is, as always, the little link there by my left hand, right here, there. And it is a PayPal link and a Venmo link if you'd like to contribute something. The guitar today is the Pre-War Guitars Company 0028, and I'll tell you what, I played the hell out of this guitar this week. It got a lot of hours in, and you can actually hear it. When I pick it up now and play it, it's like the guitar says to me, I am wide awake. I may have been sleeping a little sometimes because you don't play me enough, but I'm awake now. So it's been beautiful. And my friend Brooks Williams, who was at the camp, who I'll show you a picture of in a minute, he had a guitar built by this guy Alistair Atkins in England. Brooks is an American who lives in England, and it was like a little. It was kind of. He said it was like a mini J45. So Gibson's J45 was their slope-shouldered kind of working man's dreadnought, and so he had this brand new Atkin, I think it is, and I had my Pre-War, and we sat down with them and played them, and they were both just amazing guitars, and each with its own voice. Very interesting. Pardon me. Tom Albright's here, and Jim Ballard's here, and Donna Dixon is the better half of Steve Kaufman, and they together run the wonderful Steve Kaufman's acoustic camps, which I was at earlier this summer, and that's always a pleasure as well. Other announcements, Invisible, blah, 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 gigs. I do have gigs coming up. They're not for a while, so I'm not going to dwell on them right now. But they're mostly local, mostly here in the Philadelphia area. And I will be plugging them within an inch of their little lives, so don't worry about that. And the schedule coming up, I am on right now, in case you hadn't noticed. And normally I let somebody else talk about Monday because I don't know any of the people who are on Monday. Normally, Cozy Sheridan and Charlie Koch would be on Tuesday morning at 10:30, but they are taking the week off. I think they're dealing with whatever they're dealing with. I don't think it's necessary that I know what that is, but I know that they're not going to do a live stream this week. So take the week off from Cozy and Charlie. Maybe you can go back and watch one of their earlier ones because they're really good even on reruns, unlike some TV shows. And Tom Duplessis is here, another old buddy, and Tom Mobus, who missed Sam W. I was sorry not to see you there, Tom. And like that, all those people. So I will be back on Wednesday, and I'm actually thinking of doing a Sam W. tribute show on Wednesday because I realized it was actually pointed out to me that I cover songs by several of the Sam W. teachers, Cliff Eberhardt, Kate Campbell, and Susie Burke. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a song by each of them, and then I'll do an instrumental. And that should be a really high-quality writing, like high-quality compositions. So that'll be Wednesday. I'm not committing to that totally, but there's a good chance that's what we'll do. And I see Michael Clark is here from Groton, Mass. And Karen Beatty, my dear friend, is on a train, a late hello. She's a busy woman and a wonderful woman. So let me see what else I might be missing here. Okay, I think I can go on now. So I think I covered everything because I was so flustered this morning because life, that I didn't get to write my little cheat sheet here. I had to remember everything. And remembering ain't what it used to be. So the next one up, somebody asked for Michael Smith, a Michael Smith tune, and he listed a couple, Spoon River and The Dutchman and this and that. But I'm going to do one he didn't list, and I'm actually going to do it because somebody requested it from me at Sam W. And Michael Smith, I met Michael Smith at Sam W. He taught there, I think, in 2002, which was my second year there. And Kathleen Howland is here, and she was at camp, and it was great to meet her there. And on we go here. So this is called The Hobo's Mandolin. I'm hoping the pick will hit the strings when I ask it to. That was better. This here mandolin is carved out of pine, wielded me by an old hobo from way down the line. He donated this mandolin with these last words. He said, "Before I cross over, boy, I'll show you some chords. This here mandolin is made out of earth and of stone. The sound of the railroad makes you feel so alone. This mandolin can take a hobo back home." Now this here mandolin, well, it's sure full of sand. It'll play out of tune if there's a cop on the train. Play you the song of the super chief out of St. Paul, and that ain't all. This here mandolin make a young girl wanna open up her window, like a warm bed on a rainy night, and like a hex sign on a barn. This mandolin will keep a hobo from harm. This here mandolin is carved out of pine, wielded me by an old hobo from way down the line. He donated this mandolin with these last words. He said, "Before I cross over, boy, I'll show you some chords. This here mandolin is made out of barns and old water tanks. And if the jukebox is broken and you need an old song, this mandolin will take a hobo back home." The Hobo's Mandolin by Michael Smith. And you know what? I was going to show you a bunch more pictures. My friend Susie took a bunch, and we got a bunch of pictures at camp, and I thought I would just put them all up here and share a little of the fun with you. So let me see. Here's one. I have to do them like this. So that's Brooks Williams. He's a great singer-songwriter and guitar player. Boy, he plays the hell out of the guitar. And next to him is yours truly, looking kind of haggard near the end of the week. Next to me is Pete Kennedy of the Kennedys, a wonderful guitar player who I've known for 45 years or so. And next to Pete is Susie Burke, who's a wonderful singer-songwriter, and was for many years played with her husband David Surratt. And David passed away about a year after Janice passed away, and Susie and I have been bonded as really close friends, like brother and sister, ever since. And I do adore her, and musically and as a person too. Then next up we have this is me with on the left is Bennett Hammond. Bennett Hammond is the philosopher king of Sam W, and one of the most amazing people to hang out with in the world. Also a fantastic guitar player, and usually plays with his wife Lorraine Hammond, who used to be Lorraine Lee. And Lorraine had a stroke, and she's recovering, but wasn't able to come this year. But Bennett is always a wonderful, philosophical, funny presence there. And on the right is Buffy Groves, and Buffy and I were rehearsing for a song that she wrote, which is called "Working in Wood." It is one of the best songs I've ever heard in my life, and I was really honored that she asked me to play along on it. And as soon as I get a copy of, if there's a video of that, I'm going to post it on my page, because it's a song everyone in the world should hear. So that's Bennett Hammond, Buffy Groves, and me. And then the next one down here, oh, that's that one, and then we'll get rid of that one, and then we'll go to this one. That is Brooks again. Brooks got in a lot of pictures. And Aaron Marshall, who's paired up with Carl Jones, who's not in this picture. And Susie Burke again. And just, you can see how happy everybody was there. So we'll ditch that. And then this is the definition of a failed attempt at what they call a polychord, which is where you play more than one chord at a time. And I'll show you one in a little bit. But as you can see there, Brooks is playing a D chord in the first position. I'm playing a C major 7 chord in the 7th position. And we're on the top 4 strings between us. And then Pete is getting ready to play the open A string, which we're not even fretting. And that's kind of a misrepresentation, because both those guys are fantastic guitar players. But we were just posing for a photo, and it seemed like the right thing to do at the time. So Pete Kennedy, Brooks Williams, and me. And let me see what else I've got here. What's this one? We did that, we get rid of that. We did that, we get rid of that. We did that, get rid of that. And I think, yeah, then we're back to Charlie lying next to the guitar cases saying, "Well, you're back. Are you back for good this time, for Christ's sake?" And then I have to apologize and grovel before him and give him a lot of pepperoni. Okay, so that's that. Next on the agenda is, this was a request by either Lori Payne or Kit Sarikaku. I think it was Kit Sarikaku, because she likes this song, because she doesn't know who it's about, even though we went to high school together and junior high. But she knows that she knows who it's. She knows the person that it was written about, but she doesn't know who that person is. I'm not sure if that's why she likes it, but I like this song, and I'm glad I wrote it. So here we go. Well, I had a dream about you, and I woke up thinking of you, remembering of hearing of the hard times that you'd seen. And I remember you were moving to Kentucky or Virginia, and I heard about your hard times, and I wondered how you'd been. Well, it's 4 years since I've seen you, and 8 years since I loved you, and I had no love before you, though I've been in love since then. I recall the sweetness of it. You were young and warm and quiet, and I hope that you would always consider me your friend. And I heard about your marriage, how he was old and you were younger, how it burst asunder, and you went back home to stay. And I prayed that you weren't bitter, 'cause your youth was so much sweeter. And I hope you're sometimes smiling, and you'll someday pass my way. Well, I had a dream about you, and I woke up thinking of you, remembering of hearing of the hard times that you'd seen. And I remember you were moving to Kentucky or Virginia, and I heard about your hard times, and I wondered how you been, how you been. So that's I Had a Dream About You. And I have one more for you here. I want to thank you all for joining me, as always. I see Janet Clough is here. She's a late comer to the chat. She may have been listening the whole time. That's the thing. I only find out if you're here if you chat with me, and with each other. I know that there's a lot of conversations here that have nothing to do with me, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm a big boy. I can take. I'm sorry. I can take it if you'd rather talk to each other than listen to my crummy little songs. So I'm going to do one more for you, and it's called Sunday Morning. So it's very apt because it actually is Sunday morning, I noticed. So here we go. Be happy and be healthy and Be brave and be calm. Be kind, it's a snap. And if you get cranky, as my buddy Alex Bevan would say, take a nap. Take care. Have a good first half of the week and stop in on Wednesday at 3. And I'll see you again. Bye-bye.